everybody. It is Monday, March 16th. Did not do a video on Friday because I took Friday off. And I only do these videos like on the way to work. So, definitely needed the time off. Nicole Michelle, by the way, for those of you who don't know, welcome to my channel, I guess. It's a weird, chaotic place here, so welcome if you feel called, or if you feel like you fit in. I don't know why we pumped the brakes so hard, but okay. Anyway, it wasn't on Friday, took the day off. It was much needed, a much needed break, in my opinion. You know, taking a day off to take a day off, not because I'm sick. But anyway, I took the day off because I had plans to go to a concert Friday evening. And I just kind of wanted to hop on and talk about that a little bit. This is not going to be a very long video today, most likely. Unless I get on some weird tangent or have a bunch of, you know, ADHD type squirrel moments. So yeah, I went to the concert, and I was very excited to go because it's one of my favorite bands. One of my bands from way back in the day, Our Lady Peace. And it used to be like my shit back in the day. I'm thinking like 2000, okay, like early 2000s, late 90s, when I was still in the depths of all of my bullshit. And the songs really resonated with like the sadness that I was feeling overall. And not all of their songs are sad, but there's a lot of kind of emo-ness, I guess you could say, to many of their songs. And sort of that, in my opinion, that sort of deeper, provocative, you know, questioning or recognition might be the word I'm looking for, of the way the world is and how things are kind of fucked up and at times, right? And I think when you come from a place like I came from, like a rough childhood, where your parents are doing their best to be parents, but they don't really seem properly equipped to be parents. And I'm not judging, you know, like I have issues from that stuff, yes, but when I really think about it, I don't know that I would be a much better parent. Like, unfortunately, you know, people tend to parent the way that they were parented. So I think if I were to have like children of my own, people always be like, oh, you'd be such a good mom, and I'm like, I don't know about that. You know, my patience can be thin, and my tolerance can be low, you know, for bullshit, and the ability to maintain a calm demeanor is very limited when my buttons are getting pressed, right? So, I don't know. I mean, granted, nobody's perfect, whatever, but that's neither here nor there. See, here I am getting off on a related, unrelated topic here. But anyway, so yeah, I listen to them a lot. One of my favorites, of course, is Clumsy, and I listened to, I remember I got their, probably one of the first CDs that I bought for myself was their Happiness in the Fish CD. And I remember I had like a yellow like CD player, portable CD player with the headphones. And I was working at Dillard's in the mall. And I was having to take the bus because I didn't have a car. And I had so much anxiety and paranoia about taking the bus because I had a lot of fear, because I was sort of trained to have a lot of fear based on my upbringing. Like, to me, men were dangerous and men were bad, and I'm not one of those like feminazi man-hating person, despite the fact that a lot of my issues have been at the hands of a man. It hasn't really made me just think that all men are bad and I hate men. Like, that's not. But I remember, like, I'd be on the bus and I would be, like, paranoid, and, like, some guy's gonna follow me, and some guy's gonna get off when I get off, and I'm gonna be attacked, right? Like, and I'm, like, 18 at the time, you know what I mean? I'm young still. I'm riding the city bus by myself, feeling uncomfortable, going to an area that's got a reputation. I don't know why I said rumor, a reputation for not being the best area of town. You know what I mean? So I'd put those headphones on and try to not be freaked the fuck out about this new world and existence I was finding myself in, while I still had all this unresolved trauma on top of it all. And so I was really excited to go see them. And the venue that we went to, they have an indoor area and they have an outdoor area. And I've been there before for an outdoor concert. And so I thought it was going to be an outdoor concert, and it was not an outdoor concert, which really was a miss, because I think they sold more tickets than they thought they sold, and I think they could have sold a lot more tickets had they made it an outdoor venue and not an indoor venue. And the weather was really nice that night. Like, it was nice and cool. Like, it was almost like outside air conditioning. It was definitely nicer outside than inside, I'll tell you that. And they had the Verve Pipe started for them. They opened for them and whatever. And the Verve Pipe was, the people were there for it, but they weren't really there for it, you know. So we decided to hang out outside while the Verve Pipe was on, because it was very crowded. And it was standing room only. And I think now, knowing what I know, I don't think, no matter how bad I want to see a band or a show or whatever, if that shit says standing room only, I know my ass is too old for standing room only. Oh my gosh. Because I already have issues, right? I already have some physical issues. May or may not be trauma related. I wouldn't rule that out. For those of you who know, the body keeps the score, so everything that you don't express and work through and whatever becomes stored in your body and becomes a total pain in the ass down the road. So if you're dealing with physical pain that you don't know where it came from and you're struggling to get rid of it, it could be some unresolved trauma that you have. So we're there, and the Verve Pipe ends, and I'm like, well, let's go see if we can kind of find somewhere to stand, because when we went through earlier, like, it was literally like a line width of walking from like the bar like to the stage, and in between there was like a line you could kind of snake through in a single file fashion, and yeah, it was quite packed, and we were kind of by the entrance because that made me feel better, and it didn't make sense to try to like weasel your way to the front. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care how much I love a band, I don't care how much I had a crush on the lead singer, I don't care, okay? And something else I realized, even though I've done a lot of work to deal with, I don't want to say it's agoraphobia, because it's not agoraphobia, but it's like I had this, truck, I need to get over. I had this, I'm already at my exit, I had this fear of, like, not really fear, I don't know how to explain it. It used to be that I had a hard time going out in public, and I was very anxious when I would go out in public, and like overly self-aware and self-conscious and all that, right? So that was something I really, really worked on, like, right before 2020 hit, the pandemic and everything. And like, I finally reached this place where I can go out and be in public and not feel overwhelmed and like riddled with anxiety. And now we all gotta stay the fuck home and keep distance. And I'm like, what in the fuck is this? You know, like, I literally just fixed this and y'all gonna tell me I can't go do it. But when when we were there and around all the people, I felt my claustrophobia kicking in. I was like, oh, I can't handle this. Like, it's too much. And so that's kind of, we went outside the first time, and then we went back in, and I'm short, okay? Like, I come from, like, the running joke is, like, I'm an Oompa Loompa. That's how, like, everybody, it's funny to everybody, I'm short, whatever, blah, 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 right? I'm like 5'3", maybe? And I couldn't see shit, okay? I couldn't see shit. We're all the way at the back. I don't know how many people were there, but it was a fucking lot. Enough to fill this whole entire inside venue area. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. And so we went back in, we're waiting for them to start. I got to hear a couple of songs, and my feet were just, I was going, stepping side to side and side to side, and I don't know if you would call me bougie per se, but I remember when I saw the Toadies years ago when they were at the House of Blues or whatever. I had bought general admission tickets, and we went, and then when we got there, I saw they had like this VIP area where you can like sit at a table and have a good view, and like they bring you your drinks. You don't even have to like go fight to get through people to get to the bar to like get a drink or whatever, right? So, and it was expensive. It was very expensive, but I had gotten paid and was getting a bonus, and I was like, fuck it, like YOLO, you know? And so I did it, and it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had, honestly. But they didn't have that. I mean, they did have VIP, but it was very expensive. And I don't even know where the VIP section was, to be honest, but went back in there, listened to a few songs. I'm shifting weight on my feet. On one side I got a bad knee, on the other side I got a bad foot, and the bad knee is tired of supporting all the weight. And I have a bad knee from a roller skating accident in like 2013. I went flying through the air like Superman in a skating rink and landed on my right knee with every ounce of my being. Glasses went flying off, people are on skates flying past me. So my knee is fucked from then. I never went to the doctor because just who I am. I'm going to a chiropractor now to try to get it sort of resolved because it's been flaring up and giving me issues. So I got this knee on this side and I got this foot on this side that I've been working on, and I'm you know, shifting, you know, and I can't see anything because I'm short. And here's the thing, like, old me would have been like really shitty, really bitchy, really like just negative. And so like the main reason I want to get on here is like props to me, but also just to demonstrate, like, when I get on here and I talk about changing your mind, changing the way you think, taking control of this, you know, and healing some of this and removing negative messages that have been in this pattern on repeat that you maybe necessarily didn't even fucking put there, and then changing that shit, realizing life is not great, and complaining about it not being great ain't making it fucking better, okay? And then realizing, okay, so what does that mean? That means I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to get out. Like, really, as uncomfortable as it is to be this miserable, it felt even more uncomfortable to try to step outside of the misery, right? Because it's like, okay, I have to look at things honestly now. I have to look at myself honestly. I have to look at the way I approach things honestly. And in that honesty, in order to get out of this holding pattern, so to speak, I have to be kind and gentle and loving with myself. And not like, oh, I recognize you did this, you dumb piece of shit, right? Like, so, because that's kind of how my old programming was. Oh, you dumb piece of shit. Like, that's just unfortunately what I kind of grew up with. And it's not true, you know, but you grow up as a kid and you're kind of made to believe that you're dumb and you'll never have anything and whatever. And that's kind of the holding pattern you find yourself in, and the programming you find yourself. So anyway, old me would have been like so fucking negative, so fucking grumpy, just fuck. And I wouldn't have even been physically in pain back then, okay? Old me wouldn't have even physically been in pain yet. Still a young pup, right? And so I had a moment there where I was feeling that old, like, negativity, like, brewing up in my chest and just starting to be like, why the fuck? This is so fucking stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I did vocalize, like, why did they not do this outside? Like, why did they not have an outdoor concert? Like, the weather is great. And I get it, we just had a lot of rain, and maybe things were a little muddy, and maybe they were afraid that they might, I don't know what their reasoning was. I don't agree with it, is all I'm going to say. So I find myself there. I have my hand on the shoulder of the person that I came with, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I can't see anyway, so I'm already can't see because of people, and like, you try to peek between their heads and then they move, and so it's like I got a few glimpses of the lead singer, and but I could still hear the music. I could still feel, right, because the person I came with was like, oh, this place was built specifically for acoustics and yada yada, and that was all that was cared about. Like, they didn't care how big, how small, how nothing. Like, it was all about the sound, all about the sound, all about the, that's all it kept. It's all about the sound, all about the sound. I'm like, okay. So, which you hear that and you're like, yeah, cool, whatever, right? But then you're in it and you can't see because you're fucking short. And then on top of it all, everybody starts just pulling out their fucking phones. And it's just like, really, bro? Like, I'm just feeling some kind of way about everybody pulling. And I get it. Like, I want the memory. I want to show off that I was here, or whatever the fuck the case may be. I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm just saying, like, it felt there was a level of disrespect by other people. Like y'all aren't thinking about the people that are behind you. Which in some instances, I was like, well, at least I can fucking see the stage now, because I'm looking, like, at somebody else's phone, recording the fucking stage. I'm like, well, I mean, at least I can kind of see, but also, as if it wasn't hard enough already. So I'm feeling some kind of way, and I'm like, I need to not be shitty, right? I need to slow the fuck down. I didn't pay for these tickets. I drove here, but not in my car, and like, dinner was bought for me, and like, I just need to not be a miserable cunt, and I need to just find a way to find enjoyment in this moment, okay? Like, I'm here with this person who also has, pains and whatever, and so I got my hand on their shoulder, and I kind of put my head down, and I just closed my eyes, and I'm just listening, and I'm feeling the vibe, and it was a very unique and interesting experience, and I almost felt like, honestly, I was enjoying it more than seeing, which I thought was very interesting and unlike myself, because when you go see a show, you want to see a show, you want to see what's going on, you want to be a part of it, and then there were people behind me talking so loud, like I couldn't even hear when the lead singer was having conversation with us, and I'm just like, needless to say, after about 30 minutes for me, it was a wrap. I'm like, if the next song is not Clumsy, we're done. Like, my feet and my knee, and we were sweating. Have you ever been to a concert that's indoors where it was that many bodies sweating? So, like, I could feel, like, dripping down my back, like the small of my back, and like, just sweat all here, and just my armpit. Like, I had this jacket on and like some sleeveless, like, cut up shirt underneath it, because I thought it was going to be outside and that it was going to get dark and get kind of cool down a little bit and have a little bit of a breeze, and I didn't want to be completely fucking cold, even though it was literally just 77 out earlier. Like, and I'm just like sweating, and I'm like, I can't, like, I as much as I want to hear the songs that I want to hear. I saw this girl was looking at the playlist. I'm like, hey, is that the playlist? She's on her phone. I'm like, hey, is that the playlist? And she was like, well, these are the songs they've been playing, but they've been playing them in different orders. And I'm like, okay. So I saw the songs, and they're good songs, but they aren't the songs that I care about hearing live necessarily. There was only one song I really wanted to hear. They're probably going to play at the end, because that's like one of their more popular songs, and that's what they do, right? They drag it out, and they make you wait till the end to hear the very song that you really want to hear. So I was just like, I can't, like, I'm having a great time, as much as I can have a great time, and we were on the same page. We're like, deuces, like, let's go get some tacos or some shit, like, fuck this, So But I just thought it was a very interesting experience overall, and it really kind of made me think about even everything that's going on in the world right now. And like I started thinking about how like the eyes can be deceiving, you know what I mean? And that sometimes even the ears, like the things that you think you hear, sometimes people will say something to me and I feel like they've said something like inappropriate to me, or like sometimes I hear shit that's not said. That's just me. Sometimes I just hear shit that was not said, and I'll be like, "What'd you say?" And then people repeat themselves, and I'm like, "Oh, that is not what the fuck I heard you say. I heard you say something entirely different." You know. So, but still, like the point is, like, it was really cool to just kind of stand there with my eyes closed and sorry, I'm having notifications pop up on my phone here. And it was really an interesting experience overall, and just a testament to the work that I've been doing personally and how far I've come with learning how to stand myself and love myself and be kind to myself. And that's so weird, the irony, bro. I can't even show you. Fuck. There's one of the metal boxes, I guess, for I don't know what. Let's see if I can. That box I can't even zoom in. Sorry, I'm trying. So this box right here with a little yellow thing on it, you probably can't see it, but there on the side it says "Love Yourself." Okay, I'm just saying. I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all probably couldn't, but. I guess I could get out and show you, but I'd kind of rather not. So, like the sign says, if you can't stand nobody else today, you can't stand nobody the fuck else today. Stand yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself. You, in many ways, are the answer to all of the questions and problems that ail us. You know what I mean? Like, we each have the opportunity to be more of what we wish to see in the world, you know. And if you're struggling and you're having a hard time and you feel like trauma's got the best of you, or depression's got the best of you, or anxiety's got the best of you, from my own personal experience, I know not everybody is the same. Okay, I know there are some like depression, anxiety disorders that are like genetic and you really can't do the fuck a lot about it, but there are ones where you absolutely can do the fuck a lot about it. And a lot of it is just changing your perspective, changing your narrative, changing your mind, changing the way that you see things, changing the way that you experience the world around you. And, you know, trying to be like, well, maybe it's not the worst case scenario. Maybe it is. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If I had continued on the path that I was on of like, life is shit, the world is shit, and nothing's good, and I'll never have anything good, and I hate my fucking life, and whatever, I wouldn't have been able to go to that concert, first of all. That probably would have never happened. That'd have been on some other fucking timeline entirely that I was not on. And furthermore, when I got there, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy the concert because I'd have been a miserable bitch. Like, that's just the truth. You know what I mean? And I can say that about myself and not feel bad about it, because even when that was who I was being, I won't say the best, but the only thing in way I knew how to be, right? Like, a lot of that is like self-protection. A lot of that old programming in me was, I have to protect myself. I have to be full of like piss and vinegar to keep myself safe and keep people at you know, an arm's length and distance and whatever. And it never served me. It never really truly, in my mind, I thought I was safe, but I found myself feeling very lonely, feeling very separate. And that's not entirely my fault, you know what I mean? Like, I had kind of grown up feeling like people couldn't be trusted because people were abusing me and people were mistreating me, and people, in my opinion, you know, that's And then if you've heard any of the stories I've shared about my upbringing, you probably would agree. But there's probably going to be some people, they're going to be like, you know, either unable to accept accountability for what they've done, or, you know, people from way back when they're like, oh, you know, that's nothing compared to what I went through, and and they just did the best they could. And okay, well, you know, that's cool. You can do the best you can, but if you don't ever try to be better, then I don't want to hear the bullshit of you did the best you could. That's cool to do the best you can, doing what you can with what you have and what you know. But at what point do you become a better person and you challenge yourself and you hold yourself accountable? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So anyway, if you can't stand nobody fuck else today, please stand yourself. Be kind to yourself. Let yourself off the hook. It's not that fucking serious, okay? Life is gonna go on no matter what the fuck. No matter what the fuck. So take care. Bye.